Yo, what's up? This is Beat Is the Rockstar, part of Super Obvious.
I am Werds Illah, part of the Werds Illah podcast.
Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy C.M.P, a.k.a. Grown Man, a.k.a. Mr. 4.0 Certified, and I'm back.
He is back.
He's back.
Mr. 4.0 is back. Oh, my God.
He made a cameo last week.
Yeah,
just
a little bit. Anyway,
regardless,
we got a lot to
let's
cover
get to the matter at hand. Power, Season 5, Episode 9.
And the
There's
episode...
a snitch among us.
That's the episode. That's what it's called.
Yes.
All right, so beginning of the show, we have... we have Tommy. We have
the crime scene.
From last episode.
With the report lady.
Yes.
The report lady.
They're talking about Kanan. Tariq's in his room. He's watching it on TV.
Yeah.
And then he mutes it, and you can hear Tasha, Tommy, and Ghost arguing out in the living area.
And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So during that conversation, they're basically talking about everything that just happened. Kanan being killed by the police. And, it's heated. Everybody's basically, trying to say their piece about what they think should have happened or how this was wrong. And Ghost is trying to tell Tasha she's wrong for doing this whole situation and putting Tariq in that position, But
so what basically happens is they're all kind of like arguing, but it gets that much bigger once Tariq comes out.
Ooh, that boy.
That boy got a mouth on him.
His screen presence is really big. I love seeing Tariq on screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, what is it? What did Tommy say? Or Ghost said something about Tasha and you can't. Yeah, you don't do that to family. Like go behind their back or something like that. And Tommy looks at Ghost and was like, really? "What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hold on, are you kidding me?"
Oh man. Oh, so speaking of Tommy, what's up with the dress shirt with it buttoned all the way to the top?
You know why?
He's got the
like the essays.
Man.
What it is, he's doing what he's doing. I think he's doing that hood, something like that hood Italian shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that hood Italian shit.
Right, I guess. He got his own little
with
thing.
With them last jeans he had on, but anyway.
Oh my God. So
Tariq says he admits to knowing what the situation was and that he knew that Kanan wasn't gonna go back.
Yep.
And that he wasn't gonna go willingly, so
not without a fight.
So he basically is saying he's admitting to the fact I'm the one who did this. This is the reasons why I lost and y'all won. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then they're all looking at him like, "What the fuck you just said?"
He said, "I'm the winner."
Yeah. So it's heated. Tariq is he's at a point now. He wants to know the game, and if you're not gonna tell him, he's gonna find out some other way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
he gets slapped by Tosh.
Oh yeah, Tosh just slapped the shit out of his ass.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Yeah, she slapped the Ghost. Cause what did Ghost say?
I don't remember what he said.
What the fuck did he say? And then Tommy was like, "You deserved that."
Yeah, he did.
Whatever it is, it was some fucked up shit. It was some fucked up shit.
Yeah. But then you see what happens after that scene. Ghost takes Tariq back to the train station so he can go back to Choke.
What does he say?
And he stands outside and they're talking, they're going back and forth. And basically he's telling Tariq yo, you need to stop this little gangster act thing you got going on or whatever this thing is you're trying to do. This is why I brought you to Choke to get you in these positions that I didn't have the opportunity to be in, And Tariq's like, man, I'm the one.
Show me the fucking game,
he's
Ghost.
he's basically telling him, he tells him to
we see it. We finally see it.
Yeah, we finally see the scene that we've been seeing for the beginning, But so we see them, go that exchange.
They talk for a little bit, and eventually, Tariq's like, "Hey, I'm gonna miss my ride." He goes inside of the building, like he's gonna actually leave, and as soon as Ghost leaves,
he comes back out.
Tariq comes
back out, and then but before that, we see Angela talking with Tamika, Mock, Sax. They're all in the office or whatever. And it looks like Tamika's at a point where she's not thinking that Angela has any involvement in this whole indictment that they're trying to set up. She's kind of looking like she might think Angela doesn't deserve to be under investigation. So Angela kind of feels like she might be getting off. She might be free, which is very naive and stupid of her.
No.
That's when, like you said, that's when you see what? Is that when? No, he didn't go there yet, did he?
What?
Did Tariq go back and
he went to the Italians?
No, he didn't. That's not when he went yet, though.
So not yet. Maybe not
yet. Angela and Ghost meet talk about
Ghost goes to Angela's house.
Yeah, and they have that exchange about basically.
So that's real quick. First off, it's like I noticed this just with the chemistry on screen with Angie and Ghost. I just feel like every time Angie talks to Ghost for even a little bit, it's so exhausting. Like she just looks through like the people, sees it, and she's like, even at that point, we don't know who it is because it could have been anyone. And Ghost comes in, talks to her for a few minutes about a few things. Do we want to go over that in detail? Or
did she just talk? He's talking about the plan. The plan that Tasha and her put together for the whole thing with Kanan. You know, she's basically like, Ghost, when you get in your mind that there's something you want to do, like you go with it. So you know, we felt like we had to do what we had to do. You know, to get this. Dre was not the one that we needed to get. You know, Kanan was the one that we needed.
And then he was basically saying like, "How can I trust you?" And she was like, "Well, you know, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I did it for
Tariq.
Yeah, for Tariq." And he was like, "But you didn't help him."
Yeah, he's actually now he's kind of
that dude about to be the god. He want to be the god.
Oh my god, yeah.
Show me the king, close.
Yeah. Then you see Mock and Sax go meet with Teresi again, and they're telling him, "Yo, old man, you need to stop playing around. Like, we need information. We need this to happen by, you know, soon. Like, stop playing around with us. We want Tommy. We want this whole situation done. You know, you got to give us this information." And then Tommy and Keisha are at Tommy's place, and Tommy and Keisha have an exchange about her basically, you know, her not snitching. Sorry, I'm sorry. Her lying. Basically not snitching. Yeah, her lying. Yeah, not snitching. Exactly. Her lying, you know, and she's basically saying she could never do that again, and she thought that they were done with Ghost and Tasha. And Tommy's like, I just had something to handle with them, and it will be done. And she's just like, well, you know, I can't do that again. He was like, but you did it though. So she's like, well, you know, if it was a situation where this happened again, I guess if you came to me and you were honest, I guess I could do it. You know what I mean?
And then she goes, I mean, I know you push weight. You ever kill anybody? And this is what Tommy did, y'all. Tommy says,
takes his drink and puts his hand back on her hand and kind of just like, yeah, girl, don't go down that road.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's not a place you want to go.
Shit.
Man, it was a lot, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we see Dre meet with Alicia.
Oh, let's talk about Dre's dressing this week.
Dressing. What do we
got? The suit was pretty good, man.
It was pretty good.
It didn't top the red one. No. It didn't top the red one, but it was better than like some of the other shit we've seen him wearing lately.
The other ones he's been wearing. He's been looking like a hood.
Yeah, man. He's been looking like it looks like his outfits have been going with like the way things have been going for him in the show. Like not too well. It's not too well.
All right, so you started explaining about the scene with Dre.
And so basically, he's meeting with Alicia, and she's coming to him saying, like, "Look what you've done. They found the head of my brother in your hotel. Like, they'll pull me out in the streets and shoot me in the head. Like, and Dre's like, no, this can work out beneficial for both of us. You know, I'm telling you, it's gonna be okay. She's like, no, it doesn't matter. And until that time, Crystal Ball's in charge. She's the one running you now.
Dre's been demoted.
She always wanted to be. She wanted Crystal Ball anyway from the jump.
Basically. So she's like, you know, fuck that. You know, you're not going to be in charge. You know, like I said, because until things go the way that they're supposed to be going, she said you're supposed to build me a bridge from here to the Pacific. You know, and all this stuff. Are you going to Paris? Is all this stuff still gonna happen? No. Well, then until that time, Crystal Ball's in charge.
And Dre's super mad, super pissed.
He wrecks his own desk. Like, that's your desk, bro. You gotta sit there.
You're gonna have to pick all that shit back up.
That's your shit.
Then he turns around and should we tell that part? Or no?
Well, then you see Angela, Tamika, Mock, and Sax meet again.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They have there's several meetings in this one.
And she's basically saying the whole situation with the Jimenez, this needs to we need to go forward and, you know, get this information and get this stuff going so we can get this taken care of, you know, because she is basically, you know, she's trying to keep this whole situation going with the Jimenez and everything. And when she walks out, Tamika's basically like, look, guys, you know, if we want this to work out, we kind of have to let her go about her business until we can make things stick, basically, until we get everything that we need.
Until you guys get some good shit, that's the plan.
Yes, exactly. Then an associate of Tommy for the drug shipment comes to meet them at Tommy's house, where Jimmy's there and Teresi are there too. And they're saying that somebody got the shipment. Somebody jacked the shipment.
Yeah.
So when they hear that, Tommy's like kind of getting in the dude's face, and then the dude
I forget his name. The guy with the mustache with the little mustache.
Jimmy.
Oh, that's Jimmy.
But the guy that came in and like told him about.
Yeah, the guy that gave
I
the
don't know
news.
He's just an extra.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't
You
remember.
probably won't even see him no more.
But Tommy kind of gets in his face or
Like the
whatever,
news reporter.
and basically Jimmy's like standing up for the guy or whatever, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I know my team. I've been with them forever." Blah, blah, blah. He escorts the guy out. Then Jimmy and Tommy have an exchange again. Teresi jumps in the middle and is like, "No, don't do this. You need to stop or whatever."
Oh man, Teresi's gone.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Me too. Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. So we see that exchange with them. You know what I'm saying? And they're asking, what did Tommy say? He's like, man, you seem like you need to calm down, man. You want a shot or something? And he's like, yeah, Dad, maybe you need something stronger. Dad, you want something? You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was really cool.
He walks out, he goes like, get them a beer, a drink or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then Mock and Sax meet with Proctor and tell him about wearing a wire when he has a conversation with Ghost.
Yeah.
So they meet him about
these
that.
guys are in the episode hard.
Yes,
they're all over the place.
They're trying to work hard.
They're making everyone's life suck.
They said they need proof that Angela is the consigliere of Ghost, which means she's the one giving him all this information and helping him to do things he's doing, the crimes, commit, and get away from all the charges and everything that are against him. And Proctor basically says, I'll only do it under one condition. You got to give me a proffer, which means that after I do this all goes away. You don't talk to me anymore. You don't represent my ex-wife and my daughter's mother. You don't do anything with me. You don't contact me in any way, shape, or form.
Like if I do this, if you get a whole bunch of info, or if you don't get any info, we're done.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the one dude's like, well, you're the boss.
Yeah, he's like, so that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Then you see Rashad comes to Ghost Club and meets him.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? And they're talking about the whole, Queen's Project and everything that they're trying to do. And Rashad says something. What did Rashad say? Something to him, and Ghost was just like, "No, you're not. Like stop. You know, what do you say? So like, hope you feel better. I hope that makes you feel better, or something like that." And Ghost is like, "No, you don't." It's like,
yeah,
you don't think.
No, he said. No, I think he said. Yeah, I just heard that. I just talked to the accountant, and I heard that the
Queen's Project. We met our goal,
due
right?
to your sticky fingers, and
he said, "I was going to call you."
I was
like, "No, you wasn't.
No, you wasn't. No,
that's what it was."
Honestly, man, the chemistry between Tate and Ghost, like when they're talking, especially like alone when it's just them, there's a lot of tension.
Absolutely.
A whole lot of tension between the two of them.
They've got history now, with this whole project and, basically the whole situation with Dre coming in and, trying to sabotage the whole situation, you know what I'm saying? Ghost is like, he got the upper hand now. Now he's like giving Rashad a taste of his own medicine. Like,
and Tate also gave him like a threat kind of warning. He was like, you know how I can be.
Yeah.
Like Tate's like subtleness of saying certain things is so subtle. It makes you like, if you were dumb, you wouldn't catch on. Like,
yeah. But then we see the scene change to Angela goes to meet Dre at his spot, and she's basically telling him, you need to give me this information about what's happening with Alicia Jimenez, and I need to, get what I need to get from you to get this, situation taken care of, And he's like, no, all the information I have on you and Ghost and what I could do to you guys. And she's like, everybody already knows about me and Ghost. Like, there's nothing about. He's like, no, but I know. And she's like, well, look, if you want to be a good father to your daughter, basically, you're gonna give me this information in order for this to take place or whatever. You see Dre as she leaves, he looks evil, like he looks angry.
Oh,
like,
super evil face.
Like, he looks like he's just pissed to no end.
Yeah, man.
Then you see Tommy and Teresi are at the warehouse where Tommy gets his drugs in, all the Oxycontin and all the drugs. And what does Teresi ask him something about? He's like, man, you have any Tums? He was like, no, but I do have Viagra.
Oh man.
He tells Tommy also said to him something about, he's like, well, where'd you get all this stuff and how did you even get connected with the Serbs? He's like, I just met him with Ghost people and they were hunting him or something, and I ended up getting with them and I started working with them. He's like, did you know that the Serbs eat their victims? And he was like, what? He was like, yeah, but the rest of the food is really good.
Tommy, man, he's funny as shit, man. Tommy, he's so freaking funny, man.
He says it's just crazy.
Yo.
And then Ghost comes in and basically he's trying to ask Tommy, can he talk? And he kind of wants to talk to him in private. And Teresi's like, all right, it's fine. I'll leave. I got, something to do anyways.
And then Tommy tells Ghost, like, you got to stop trying to tell people like where to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he's like,
funny.
okay, he's like, I guess I can believe you on the fact that you didn't do the whole thing with Kanan, you know what I'm saying? Because of what Tasha said and what Tariq said, I can believe that you didn't do this. But, I still don't know who to believe. I still don't know who I can trust. I still don't know. And that's when he comes to him and is telling him, like, man, yo, Teresi, man, how do you really know this dude like that, man? I don't know if you should be telling him all this stuff or saying or doing all this stuff. Like, I don't know if it's such a good idea, you know what I'm saying? And he's telling Tommy, I think it's Tommy telling Ghost. Did Tommy tell Ghost he said Dre still needs to die? Or was it Ghost telling Tommy? One of them said something.
I'm pretty sure it was Ghost telling Tommy
that. Yeah. He's saying that Dre
Tom,
still has to die.
And Tommy was like, how can with that head in the hospital?
He said, how the fuck are you going to do that, Tommy?
With all the cops and stuff being on them and stuff, so they got to cool out on that.
Exactly. And then Tommy said something as Ghost is walking away. He's like, I hope I never have to say your name again.
He's like, I heard you, Tommy.
He's like, I heard you.
That shit was funny, too. Yeah, that shit was good.
Okay. Then you see Teresi talking to Jimmy, and he's talking about giving up Tommy. You know what I'm saying? They're having a little like lunch or whatever, and they're trying to figure out, Jimmy's trying to make sure that Teresi's still going to be the person that he says he is. He's like, man, I thought you were kind of getting a soft spot for the kid. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah. He's like, no, you're still cold-blooded. Like, you're still trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? So he really actually starts to believe him. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But Teresi still obviously in his, you can see his facial expression. He's like, man, I don't know what I'm about to do because I really like the kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to I really like him. I think he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that scene was kind of cool because when they're like sitting down and talking about the whole thing, the way Teresi is, it's like you can't really tell if he's like being sincere or like goofing around and then being sincere, which for the most part, you don't really know if he means what he's saying or not.
True indeed.
Like, it's not a clear explanation of what he said. Like, it's debatable of what his intentions actually are from saying what he said.
Exactly. Which is kind of part of what like the mob mentality is, of mafia stuff, like what they do. Like those guys are, very psychological when they do things. It's very, calculated to be.
Oh, yeah.
You never really know who could potentially be the next person that might try to get you out of your spot. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or like take over something you're trying to do. So what we see after that is Crystal Ball meets with Dre.
Oh, this scene was I like this one.
Crystal Ball's coming to him like, yo, man,
they're sitting down having a drink.
Yeah,
Dre's letting him know there's no hard feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
And he hints that there is an event going on.
Yes, he's going to meet with Alicia.
I like her.
So, and he's like, well, what's that supposed to be about? What's that conversation supposed to be about? And he was like, well,
I think she's trying to give me the ass.
Give me the ass. Give me the ass. So it's always somebody got to get some ass, right?
I mean, shit.
Yeah. So it looks like Dre is like, Dre is really like he's really pulling Crystal Ball along. Like, no, man, if it was anybody, it should be you, man.
He's making it seem real cool.
I really,
he's manipulating the shit out of him.
Yeah, I respect it, man. Go ahead, man. Oh man, get some ass, man. That's what's up, man. So Crystal Ball's like, cool, man. I'm glad we good, man. He's like, yeah, man, of course, man, we good. So he leaves, and when he leaves, Dre gets another evil look on his face.
Mean face.
He just pissed. Like he's looking as mad as his outfit. So it's like, this is when we see Tariq meet with Vincent.
I was wondering we're gonna get to that, because I want to talk about that.
Now.
Yeah.
So Tariq meets with Vincent. He has the drugs that he still has left over from when he got them from Kanan. But he's like, I can move these pills up in Maryland when I go to school.
Easy.
But this other drug, this other stuff I got, like I don't know nothing about that. I've never moved that before. I don't know. So I was wondering if you could help me. I was wondering if there's a way maybe we could do something.
And he's like, yo, how old are you? And he says,
old enough to get money.
Old enough to want to get some money.
Yeah,
that's what he says.
Yep, pretty much.
So they talk about that for a little bit, and then what's his name?
Tariq asked for a fake ID too. That's the last thing he asked him for, basically.
But then he also, the guy was like, well, hey, we'll try this once, and if it works, we'll talk more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Then Dre and Angela meet again. Dre meets Angela actually at her apartment,
like outside of her door, like in the hallway.
He's like something like, I forgot, like maybe I dropped you off here one time or something like that.
Yeah,
you were so busy playing wifey, you didn't recognize the change of drivers.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
So he's basically like, coming to her like, well, what do you need? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I need you to give me the information on Alicia, like I told you. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, Alicia and Crystal Ball, are going to meet. She's like, what happened? Crystal Ball's the number one now. He was like, yeah. Well, look, it doesn't matter. Do you want to do this?
Good show, Team Sky.
Do you want to get
good
this?
show.
So he's like, yeah. I mean, she's like, yeah. So he walks away with the evil look on his face. You know what I'm saying? So Alicia and Crystal Ball, they meet up as planned. It looks like it's about to be Pound Town.
Man, he got hit with the straight cop block, man.
Man. Then the biggest cock block of them all, too. The goddamn government came and cock blocked. It wasn't like some other girl.
Oh, like all law enforcement, everything.
Like everybody, all suited up, guns out, man. And guess who's there? Guess who's there? Angela. Man, she's everywhere, man. She always at somebody's crime scene or something, man. Yeah. Man, this is crazy, man.
And then she says to her, she's like, I'm going to see you right in hell. You're not going to get out of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking cash shit to Alicia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Angela meets with Tamika. They're all at the headquarters, basically.
Okay.
And she's congratulating Angela on cracking the case, basically.
Yeah, big bust.
And you see on the outside of the office, Mock and Sax are like walking around the office.
Yeah.
Looking at her the whole time, kind of like, just eyeing her the whole time. So you can see Angela's looking like, I mean, they look kind of salty, like, but they look like they're also very much like, well, just wait, because they got to get you.
They have some intentions, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it ain't over. It must suck to be Angie. Like in her whole department, like they hate her.
They do.
Like anytime she just walks in and they're all already in there, it's like
they cringe.
It's uncomfortable for her. It's like they cringing and she's cringing. Like everyone's just cringing.
Yeah, it's just all cringe.
It's all cringe everything.
So basically, what happens then is Angela sneaks into, I think it's either Mock or Sax office, somebody's office, and sees the pictures of Teresi meeting with them. You know what I'm saying?
Pulls out the cell phone.
She takes pictures of it.
Click.
She sends it to Tommy. I mean,
she didn't send it to anybody.
She just keeps it.
She keeps it.
Yeah, she keeps it.
Yeah.
And Ghost gets it. She gives it to Ghost, does it?
No. Hold on. You're jumping a little bit. She meets with
Mock
and asks him, and then Mock tells her who his CIA is, which is Teresi.
No, he said Proctor.
Yeah, no, he said Teresi.
I thought he said Proctor. Didn't he say Proctor?
I think he said Teresi.
He said Teresi.
Oh, you're talking about when Angie sits down and the dude comes in.
Yeah, it said Teresi, and then she ends up meeting Ghost.
She's like, well, you have info. I'm your boss. Tell me. And then he says, I'm pretty sure it was Teresi.
It was Teresi.
And then she's like, well, was that so fucking hard?
Yeah. And then after that, she meets.
It was Teresi. Because he's the one in the photos.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, so is that so fucking hard? I don't remember what scene is after that.
Teresi is at his house and Jimmy's there with him. Teresi's on the phone with Sax.
Here it goes.
And
Get ready.
He's telling him like, we need the information. He's like, yeah, well, you talking about? He's like, we need information on Sax. I mean, on St. Patrick.
Oh God.
We need information on St. Patrick, right? And he's like, you mean Ghost? And he's like, yeah, everybody knows that St. Patrick is Ghost. And he was like, yeah, well, did you know that he ordered the hit on Sandoval? I said, what you mean? He's like, are you saying you did? He's like, well, I have full immunity, right? And he was like, yeah, you have full immunity. He's like, okay, so yeah, I did. I tied that up, but it was ordered by Ghost to kill Sandoval.
And when he's in the middle of talking about all this, the one guy comes in.
Jimmy is standing behind him.
Ooh, creepy.
He can hear it because then he's like, well, what about Tommy? What about Thomas Egan? You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I don't have any information on Tommy. He keeps it tight-knit. He doesn't tell me anything, so I don't really know anything about it. But I can give you Ghost on a silver platter. Like, I can give you everything you need to know about what's going on with him. Jimmy overhears that, and he confronts Teresi. And he's like, what happened, man? I thought you was going to go through with Tommy, get rid of it. I thought you said that.
He's like, no, it's not what it sounds like. It's not what it looks like.
He's like, no, it is, man. I'm tired of this. You had a gun to my head for this guy, and you're supposed to be da-da-da-da, you know what I'm saying? And then he just, Tommy walks in and is like, what's going on?
Then Tommy comes in.
And Teresi turns around, grabs his knife. When Jimmy turns around, he stabs him.
When Jimmy is about to tell Tommy that his dad is the snitch.
Yeah, that's what happened.
He's like, Tommy, your dad is the...
Gets
stabbed a whole bunch. So that secret is like buried with him.
He's just like, what the fuck just happened? Tommy's like, what the fuck? What's going on here? He was like, I just found out who the snitch was. Yep. He was the snitch. He was going to drop a dime on us, man. He was going to give us both up, man. Yo, so you going to help me get rid of this body?
It's like, I got some, Teresi was like,
trash bags underneath the sink.
I got some trash bags underneath the sink.
God.
Oh, my God, man. This shit is fucking insane. Yo, the murders in this show, man, are just like left and right now. It's like anybody die.
They're dropping like flies, man.
They're just everywhere, man. Angela meets with Ghost and shows him the pictures at the club of Teresi with the cops. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he finds out that Teresi really is that guy that he thought he was. He's a snitch. You know what I'm saying? So Ghost then takes those pictures to go meet with Vincent. Shows Vincent the pictures and tells him, "Hey, look, man, I need you to tell Tommy to kill Teresi." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Well, why would I do that?" He's like, "Well, that should connect, right?" He's like, "Yeah, well, I can't do it." He's like, "And how do you know?" And he shows him the pictures. He's like, "Well, why can't you just do it? That's your man's, He's
like, "Well, the relationship with Tommy's complicated."
Yeah,
it's always complicated with Ghost with anybody.
It is.
Anybody.
It is. But he still pulled it off. He's like, basically, look, you get him to do it. That gets Teresi out the way. That means he won't snitch. That means nobody else gets in trouble. We all win, So I think you should let that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then Vincent's like he's kind of giving him a hard time, but he's pretty much like kind of going and feeling with what, Ghost is saying, especially when he has proof.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Then you see Proctor goes to meet with Mock and Sachs again, and they give him the wire, and they're
like in a stairway somewhere or something.
Like apartment complex, probably.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And, gives him the wire and gives him his proffer. Basically says that he's off after this or whatever. So he takes the proffer and he's like looking at it and he's like, okay.
He signs it.
He signs it and he's like, okay, I think I'll keep this with me.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what's the problem? What if he searches you and finds? He's like, well, if he searches me, he'll find the wire, and that's worse than finding this piece of paper. So I think I'll just keep it with me.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So that's basically, he goes in and he sees
Ghost.
They're going to see Ghost. He goes in to see Ghost. Ghost basically like comforts him in a way where he's like, man, I thought, when you said we didn't work together anymore, we were still family though. You know what I'm saying? For all the things you've done for me, because Proctor's trying to convince him, like, you never put me back on retainer.
What you say is you want to check.
Yeah, basically.
You want to check.
Yeah. Proctor's like, no, it's not like that. It's like, you just don't, let me know what's going on. I can't know what's going on unless you do this, He's like, I thought, well, we're family, and when he hears that, Proctor gets a soft spot again. He
has like a smile, but it's almost like a scared smile. Like, well, if you already knew what the fuck's going on right now.
Yeah. So
and he writes a little
note on the napkin and basically tells him he's wearing a wire.
You see Ghost's face; his whole expression looks so angry.
He starts
and mad.
pressing him. He starts basically pressing Ghost about Angela.
He's asking him questions to try to like easily not like make himself guilty or like spill anything out, like expose anything.
Yeah.
Almost like questions where you can kind of like, no, I didn't know, or that person didn't know either, or that person didn't know. And then yeah. So I mean, it seems like he's like he feels like he's really cool with Ghost. Like he really starts to feel like they're tight, you know what I'm saying? So he wants to let him know what's going on, but Ghost still ain't having it. So basically he's like, so there's no way that Angela could have known anything about this whole situation. She could have not known. There's no way, right? He's like, no. He pulls the cord out from the wire, and then Ghost takes his ass and is about to look like he's about to throw his ass over the goddamn balcony. But right before that, once he lets Ghost know that this conversation is being recorded, he asks him a couple of questions, and Ghost answers them because he like tells him like, hey, don't blah blah. But a little bit goes on where Ghost explains some stuff, and Proctor was like, like, oh my fucking god, like I forgot what the question was. I forgot what the response was.
No, he said did Angela have
he basically
to do
was
with it?
Proctor was basically like upset by the fact that he Ghost wouldn't just say Angela did something, you know what I'm saying, to save himself.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, basically he was like, you wouldn't, like he's trying to get him to save himself basically, and he wouldn't do it. So when he pulls the wire and Ghost pulls him up against the balcony, he's like acting like he's about to throw him over. He's telling him like, yo, Ghost, you can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? The feds are coming down on me hard. Give her up. Give up Angela. It'll save you. It'll save me. It'll save. She's the reason why these things are happening. You need to just give this up.
Pussy guy.
He's like that magical pussy or whatever it says.
Oh,
God, you all twisted. Like you can't see things straight.
So what I thought was when I was watching it, as soon as like the whole the recording with the wire thing stopped, when Proctor pulled it, instead of like Ghost like rushing him and pressing him over the balcony, I thought Ghost was just gonna like punch him in the face like at least one or two times. Like soon as he's like, we're done. Wow, like at least hit him twice, and then put him all over the balcony and make him scared. Like, oh my god,
gave him an open chest.
No,
pull the shirt up.
Give him the Ric Flair chop.
Oh shit! Then you see Tommy and Vincent meet up, and Vincent shows Tommy the pictures of Teresi with Mock and Sachs.
He sits him down. He's like, your father's the snitch.
Yeah.
And Tommy's like, what the fuck did you just say?
He was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, he got angry as hell.
And it's crazy because Tommy switched it up real quick, because when he first came into when he first came into like Vincent's little like establishment, he sits down, he's like, hey, make me it's kind of dish. I don't remember.
Yeah, some kind of pasta dish. Or
so
like that,
but when Tommy first comes in, he comes in like with the charisma, his face glowing, he's all cocky and shit. And as soon as he sits down, and Vincent's like, your father's a snitch. Yeah. Boom, he goes him into 100 real quick.
Yeah.
And Tommy's not feeling it. He doesn't believe it. Nope. And they go back and forth for a little bit. And then Vincent has the folder, and then he just pulls out all the photos and he kind of holds them like that and just puts them in front of Tommy's face. And Tommy's like taking it all in. And he's like, I don't remember all the dialogue they had, but pretty much he's like, you need to kill Teresi.
That's the order. That's the order from the family.
Yeah. And he was like, that's my family. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he started. Yeah,
he's like, well, you're not my fucking family.
Like, and
he was about to say it, but then when he thinks about what's going on, he's like, he couldn't even make the statement like, this is my family. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, this shit is definitely crazy.
Yeah. Then you see a quick cut. Tariq goes to the police station, signs in to get Kanan's ashes
with the fake ID
as his son.
Fake ID as his son.
His son.
Whoa. All right, guys. Okay, that's why we got quiet. That's how big that was. That was huge.
Yeah.
Tommy is then in the car with Teresi. You see a cutscene of there in the car or whatever.
And Tommy has that demeanor on his face, almost like the same one he had with Tariq. Like that really
very straight face.
Straight, no personality, almost like cold. Like even the way he kind of like turns his head to look at someone, it's just like, whoa.
And he basically, the first thing he asked Teresi is like, Teresi, you never did tell me how you got out. You know what I'm saying? He's like
in detail.
Yeah, he's like, it was some crooked investigator in my case or something.
And
like
Tommy's
that.
face looks like
I'm not buying it.
I already looked it up. It doesn't check out.
He's like, who'd you check with? And he's like,
I know people.
I know people. Like, look, Tommy, it's not what you think. He's like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, basically, he's not trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And he basically is like, look, there's nothing you can do about this. Basically, he goes to take him to go see Connie.
He says, go see your wife.
He says, go see your wife. And he was like, Tommy, you don't have to do this. But, he's trying to, plead his case or whatever.
He's like, stop, man. Just stop.
He's like, go see your wife.
Just stop talking.
Yeah. And that was kind of like.
He's trying to basically, I think he's trying to give him an out, trying to give him a chance to run. So he goes in there, he talks to Connie, and Connie basically is like, oh, Tommy knows. You know what I'm saying?
She's like, what's bothering you? What's wrong?
Yeah.
And then she automatically knows what it is. She knows him. Yeah. She knows him very well.
You know what I'm saying? Teresi's like, because Teresi says, you're the smartest thing I ever did. The smartest thing I ever did was marrying you.
And that's what made her know that
exactly.
something was going on.
And she's like, oh, something's going on. He comes out, was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It is, And she's like, but I thought you weren't going to send him back. He's like, no, Tommy's going to be fine, but Tommy's going to be fine, Yeah. So that kind of, I think she even knew then, like, okay, something might be happening to you then, you know what I'm saying? Because, that's
or when he's about to leave, she knows that could potentially be the last time she ever sees him. But it don't matter
anyway, because he says,
I'll see you. Yeah, he says, I'll see you tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And she kind of looks like, I don't think he will.
She basically knows he's not in his normal, demeanor of how he is.
So Teresi's getting ready to walk out, right?
Yeah. No, he walks out the room and then he looks at the exit sign.
Yeah.
He looks at the exit sign and he thinks about splitting.
And then
that was definitely a good scene right there.
Yeah. Yes. And then he comes down, and as he's walking, you can see Tommy's face like,
he sees him like,
now I have to do it.
He's
now
coming back now. That was important too. That was really big.
Yeah, that was
crazy. Because he really didn't want to do it.
No, he didn't. He didn't want to. But you see them in the car. They're having another conversation. And again, Teresi's trying to plead his case again. Look, man, he's like, you're the best son a father could ever have. And then Tommy's like, well, I guess you got a part of that right. I can always be the best son, but you can never be the father.
The best father. Wow. Yeah, the father. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That's below the belt, man. That sucks.
Man. And he basically keeps trying to tell Teresi, like, look, just stop talking. Like, just stop. So takes him back to Connie's house. He's grabbing some stuff, you know what I'm saying?
He grabs a duffel bag that has money and a gun in it. And he looks at the gun almost like he's debating on doing something. Can we talk about this for a few seconds, like we said earlier?
Yeah.
So when we're watching this part, I thought there was a few things that could have happened. Yeah. One, like when he's looking in the bag with the gun, he might pull the gun and turn to Tommy, and Tommy might already have a gun on him.
Right.
Or he grabs the gun, turns on Tommy, and Tommy's like kind of like caught off guard, and he has to kind of risk like, do I try to talk out of this, or do I try to reach for it, or I get shot?
Or as crazy as the show has been, Teresi could have just pulled that gun out after he said his last few words and just shot Tommy.
Or another thing I thought could have happened was since they were supposed to be going somewhere, like once they're both in the car and Tommy doesn't know that Teresi has a gun. Teresi could just pull the gun out on Tommy while he's driving, like play it cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk, and there was several different things that could have happened right there.
But you see, Teresi kind of quote unquote takes the high road, and doesn't pull the gun out, and then you see Tommy pull his gun out, points it at Teresi,
and he's just almost like ready.
Just like
he's just ready, like if you're gonna do it,
to do it.
Yep.
And then he does it.
I think he shoots him twice.
Yeah,
he shot him once, and then the scene goes to outside the house, and I think you see it like flash either one more time or two. So he shot either 2 or 3 times.
And when it came to Tommy actually shooting Teresi, he only thought about it for like 3 seconds. It was not that long at all. It was actually pretty quick. It was almost like, I probably shouldn't kill you, but I need to pop. Like it was almost just like that.
It was actually even though it was like 3 seconds, but it was actually a little bit longer than normally what Tommy, thinks.
Oh,
normally Tommy would just pull it out and just shoot.
Yeah, there it goes.
So
exactly.
So that 3 seconds meant a lot.
Well, then I wrote it down. Tommy and Mommy.
Tommy and Mommy.
Before that though, before he goes to see his mom, he drops his father off at the gravesite.
Oh,
where his grandfather and grandmother are.
Very true.
Right there at the Teresi plot, where he showed him when he got out where the Teresi family was buried.
Yep.
Wow.
So he goes and drops him off.
Then he goes to see his mom,
and he's like, "Mom, you were right. He was everything you said." And she said, "I told you. You're just too trusting."
Yeah.
So he gets in the bed, he lays down with her or whatever,
and we see Tommy start crying.
I killed him.
And she was like, "You did the right thing."
Yeah. She's like, "Good." And then Tommy starts crying.
Yeah.
Then you see Tamika goes and she walks into an office. She meets Tamika, and Tamika walks her into an office where Mock, Sax, and that other guy, what's the bald head guy? I still don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
And the other lady, Rodriguez, the other.
Oh, she's there. She just walks into a damn near an ambush. Like everyone's there.
Everyone's there, and they're like, "Angela, you're being charged with the indictment."
They direct her attention to like the board with everyone, and her face is up there.
Yeah, he was like, "What drug deal are you after today?" That's what Sax says. And she's in the middle of this. Oh man, so, who are you? Who are you helping out today? Basically,
they tell her that she's under arrest, and she's like, "Well, you have no proof."
Yeah. And what did they say? Well,
either you tell us everything, everybody that you're affiliated with, or you're gonna go down just like you're gonna go down
just like Ghost.
Yeah, just like Ghost and everybody, because they're indicting her for I forgot what the indictment is for though.
All the shit.
Yeah.
Really bad charges you don't want. Charges you do not want.
Yeah. So that's how that episode went for us. For all of us who watched, basically, that's the rundown. Yeah. That's the get down of it all. Now let's go with who do we believe had the power in this episode? Now that our friend, who they didn't give a fucking funeral to, man, no funeral for Kanan, man, no love for the dead. Man.
You know who I think has the power?
Who has the power, guys?
My little dude, man,
Tariq.
Yo, because think about it. Basically, if it wasn't for him actually going through with the plan, they probably would still be, pushing them for the killing of Ray Ray. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He basically confronts his dad and tells his dad he wants to know the game. Mm-hmm. Instead of going to school, he goes and meets with Vincent and basically sets up a drug deal with Vincent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I think he has the power.
Yeah.
Because Tasha, and then on top of, Tasha's like, Tasha or Ghost can't control him anymore.
Oh, definitely not.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
So Tommy can't control him.
I think that's you know what? That's really that's very a great choice. I'll say that's what I was gonna say. I think Tariq definitely had great power in this. I'm gonna split my power, so to speak, between a bunch of people, a group of people that basically all those people, Tamika, Mock, Sax, and that other bald-headed dude that basically have now got Angela.
Another bald-headed dude. That's funny.
Because they had Proctor under their thumb a lot for the episode. They had Teresi under their thumb for a lot for the episode. They got Angela now.
Yeah, they're being the biggest pain in the ass. Like almost everyone is at risk because of how consistent they are of trying to make people flip on other people or make people just do things. Or
so that's what you think has the power too, Diz?
Kind of, sort of, man.
Screw y'all. They don't know nothing. They're looking at the obvious. That's what they're doing. They're looking at the obvious.
I hear what you're saying, because that's why I said.
Well, no, only because Tariq. In Tariq, we see him talk, to everyone towards the beginning of the episode. We see him talk to Ghost, and then he pretends to. I think it's a split between the department and Tariq.
You got to think Tariq did the same thing that 50 was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like in between scenes, 50 was doing his own little trading. Right. Tariq's doing the same thing.
But that's why I said Tariq. I was thinking that because of that, but also I didn't think he was the most powerful, so to speak, because he's building right now. Like he's new in the game. He's in the game now, so to speak. So he's new. He's trying to build himself up, get up.
He's learning a lot really quick.
Like I said, my whole thought was just that group of people, all those people that have been trying to get Angela, they've been putting in time. Yeah. So I think like this was like their moment in a way, so to speak.
I understand that.
Almost like.
What about that? We only seen Tasha for like a little bit.
Because Tasha, you know why?
She had low screen
time. You know why? Tasha, because she fucked up. She fucked up. Tasha fucked up.
Yeah.
She fucked up and tried to put everything on Ghost.
Oh yeah, okay, guys. So we're kind of wrapping this up.
We ain't wrapping nothing though. We talking.
Nah,
when do you think the next time we'll see Silver?
Never.
No,
never.
No, I don't know. Probably in the finale.
I think he's coming back. Yeah, I think
so. Next week.
Yeah, next week.
I think he's going back next week.
Okay.
Yep. I think he's going to be like the surprise guest witness or something against this whole Angela indictment. And look, it's all going to start crumbling now. It's all starting to crumble. It's going to be either a lot of people are going to be dying or a lot of people have to be, being prepared to get ready to go to court.
So I talked to some other people, and there's some predictions of what do you guys think about that? Keisha, that she is going to die.
Oh man.
Wait, and she's going to die to add to the drama of another big character dying, especially with her and Tommy, but it would be down the road to where we have a lot more emotional investment in them as a couple. So if that happens, like what if she got caught up in some of Tommy's bullshit and she dies?
I don't think she's gonna die.
Yeah, not in this season.
No, I think
it could happen down the road.
I don't think so. You know why? Because Tommy has had too many losses. He lost the girl. He lost Holly, which she was pregnant with his child.
Oh, he didn't lose her.
Well,
he took her away.
But regardless, you know what I'm saying. But regardless,
he lost her.
He lost it.
But you know what I'm saying. But regardless, whatever you want to call it, he just killed. You know what I'm saying. He just killed his father.
Killed his damn father.
So for them to even
he's like Star-Lord.
Yeah. So for them to even take Keisha away from him, that'd be crazy, man.
But that could, with power, man. What are the limitations, man? Like,
I don't see it happen.
Hey, it's just what I heard. I kind of saw the idea. Don't know. Could not. But remember, it's documented, and I said it.
I don't think so.
I have nothing else to say, people. So,
all right. So we're almost done. Okay. So the season finale is next Sunday, and it's supposed to be extended season finale.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I mean, we can try to do it quick. What are we at? Oh, we're at 42 already. What's going to happen in the last episode? Who's going to die?
Nobody's snitching.
Who's going to get locked up?
Angela's not going to snitch. Ghost is not going to snitch.
Is Angie going
to Andre might snitch.
Is Angie going to go to jail at the end of next episode?
No. They don't have, because the thing is, they have evidence on her, but they don't have clean evidence on her. Even though, she was told.
I think that there's not going to be anything that's going to happen any further with that. That's done with until next season. Yeah. That's how they're going to open up next season. The indictment with her.
So what's going to go on with like Ghost, Tommy, Tariq? Let's just try with those three: Ghost, Tommy, and Tariq. What are they doing next episode?
Tommy's gonna take a trip. He's gonna do that. He's gonna go down a fucked up roller coaster next week. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna return nobody's phone calls. He's probably gonna sit in the house with his mom getting high.
Oh,
because right now she's the only woman that he trusts.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Because after all the shit that they've been through, all the shit fucked up shit he's done to her and vice versa, who's he go back to? His mommy. So I think he's gonna stay at his mom because he's done it before.
Tommy and mommy.
Because when Tommy got caught up before, he went to his mom's house in previous seasons. So I think he's gonna sit at his mom's house. He's gonna be in that getting blowed off that white girl. That cocaine, whatever you want to call it, whatever they whatever.
The sugar booger.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That you know what I'm saying? That cotton candy, whatever.
All right. So what about Ghost?
Ghost is going to find out that, of course, Angela got indicted. and he's gonna freak out. He's gonna try to find some way to convince her not to tell, and I don't know.
All right, what about since we didn't see her a lot?
I think they're hopefully going to be trying to get Dre now, because Dre just eliminated Crystal Ball and Alicia. Maybe they'll hear about that. Maybe they'll hear about Crystal Ball and Alicia getting taken in.
I forgot about Dre. Yeah, I think.
So
Dre,
what's Dre doing next episode?
I think the focus might be on Dre next week.
Yeah,
very possible. Very possible.
I think that might be. Yeah,
but I don't. But at the same time, I don't know because he just got rid of his connect.
Well, maybe he knows another. I don't know.
Oh, I'm about to say it's Tosh. Since she didn't have a whole lot of screen time this episode, maybe she'll have more for the finale. What do you guys think?
I think her. Yeah, I think her and Keisha gonna have some kind of conversation or something. I don't know.
It's very possible.
Because she might be trying to call her and Keisha's not gonna answer her phone call, and she's gonna run up on Keisha and Keisha was like, "Look, I did this one thing for you. I don't fuck with you no more. Leave me alone."
There's so many possibilities, man. There's so much.
Because she said to Tommy, I thought you said we wasn't gonna fuck with Ghost and Tasha after that.
It's true.
But yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap this up, man. Next week is the season finale. It's gonna be a longer episode than normal. I'm guessing it's gonna be an hour and a half.
Probably 2 hours. Might be 2 hours.
I don't care how long it is. Let it be that long. Yeah. That's good with me. Shit.
Yeah, probably about 2 hours.
We're gonna be so salty after next week. We have to wait like little bitches to watch the show. Anyway, man, this beat is the Rockstar part of Super Obvious.
WerdsIllah, part of the WerdsIllah podcast.
Mr. 4.0 certified. That's all I'm. Y'all know what it is.
And a whole bunch of nicknames, a whole bunch of aliases, AKAs.
It was good to be back.
Yeah, he's back. Mr. C.M.P is back. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys in the next episode. I'm fucking sweating. I think I'm sweating.